Right, hello. Thought I'd do a little quick video before I go to bed. Amazon Prime is pissing me off because yesterday I ordered some boardies, the new camera, and a new fishing rod. The boardies turned up, the camera turned up, but the fishing rod, which I wanted to take with me tomorrow, never arrived. I even rang him up to find out what the hell's happening. Oh, it still might turn up today, don't worry about it. It's still turned up, it's out for delivery. No, because on tracking, it doesn't even say it's out for delivery. It said departed. That's it. So gone 10 o'clock and nothing arrived. So I've had to fuck around looking for another rod. I do have some spare rods, but the other telescopic one I've got is like a 12-foot one, and it's like that in its own carry bag. I can't get it. It's taller than me anyway. It's about 12 foot, but it won't go into the bag. My carry holder, which is pretty big, that's about 8 foot length, but the rod won't fit in there. Now, if I hadn't been an arsehole, I would have broke my other rod. That's the reason I bought the new rod, because I broke my other rod yesterday. So I thought, shit, I can't repair it because the top tip's broken. There's no way of repairing it. So that's why I ordered the new one, hoping it'd be here today. And it never turned up. So hopefully it might turn up while I'm out, because I'm not waiting for it. No fucking chance. I'm leaving early tomorrow morning as well. I'm getting up at 6, and hopefully be there by at least 7:30. Not sure what time the bus is due. I think it's due every 15-20 minutes. 152 goes down to the tube station. That's a 20-minute journey alone, and then jump on the tube, Northern Line, to Clapham South, and then a 15-minute walk. Well, it would actually be a 5-minute walk, but with my fucking legs, I have to keep stopping every few minutes to keep, rest my legs. And, I do have asthma as well, and I have to keep stopping for, taking deep breaths, because I'm always kind of like breathless every few minutes. So, I've had to sort out another rod. I've got some, not telescopic ones, but, like the ones 4 or 5 piece ones. I have got one of those I can use, but and I've also got a 2-piece one which I'm taking with me tomorrow as well, and a couple of smaller telescopic rods which I usually use for float fishing. But the 4-piece one, that's also too big to get in the bag, so that will actually be sticking out of the bag, and the zips, usually if I've got something which won't fit in there, I've got to have it poking out the bag, and where it's got the 2 zips, I have to tie the 2 zips together, so the bag won't open. So, and I don't really want to be doing that with the other rod, because I've got another telescopic one which is 12 foot long, and I don't really want to be carrying that with me. I could put it in the bag, but then it's more of a gap in the zip liner. But I do have another smaller telescopic one, a bit bigger than the ones I've been using, but it's in between kind of thing. So I'll take that with me. I don't even think I'm going to catch anything on leisure, but I am taking a lot of stuff with me tomorrow again. The bag's going to be heavy again. So I'm taking about 12 different feeds with me. I've got prawns and crab sticks. I've got several types of boilies. I've got several types of hook bait. I've got ground bait. I've got these little pork, and also turkey and chicken strips. They're about the size of my finger, but they're long ones. So I've been cutting some of those up. Well, I cut some of them up the other day. The chicken and turkey ones I've not cut up. I just put into a little bag and I can cut them up tomorrow. What else is there? I've yet got to put all that in my bag. I've got to put my maggots in the bag. I've got to put my casters in my bag. I've got to put drinks in my bag. I usually take about 3 or 4 drinks with me, like one of my energy drinks, can of cola, and 2 bottles of water. Usually I carry 1 bottle of water with me anyway, so I do get thirsty. I don't have to dig through the bag, but there will be 3 drinks in the bag. Last time I took a massive 2-litre bottle, and it had been washed out, and I put water in it. But because I wasn't that thirsty that day, I didn't really drink as much. I had some of the water. I had a can of fizzy drink. Me energy drink I didn't bother drinking. I brought that back home. I still had some water in my smaller bottle, which I carried around with me. So I've got that. I won't be taking a 2-litre bottle with me tomorrow because it's just more weight in the bag. So it'll be like energy drink, can of cola, a bottle of water, all in the bag, and I'll have a bottle of water on me as well. If I drink all that and get thirsty, then I can go to the little cafe on the sidewalk. But I don't really want to be spending money on there because it is very expensive on there. I don't know how much their egg, bacon, and sausage rolls are now. Pretty expensive, I reckon. I think they were about £6, £7 when I used to go down there about 6 years ago. They're probably about £12 now. No, I like. So yeah, I've got the alarm set for 6 o'clock. Hopefully be out for about 6:30, 6:45. If there's a bus at 7:45, that'll get me down to the tube station by about 7:15. Then the tube is about another 10 minutes. So hopefully be there by 8 o'clock. Then I've got to get everything out and sorted out and hooked up. I've got me rods. I've got a couple of extra spare reels. I have got that new one, which I'm going to be putting the black line on to the black reel. One of my fishing rods, the new 2-piece one's black, so that'll go with that one. I think it's black. I know the 4-piece one's black, and it's quite a nice little rod, that is. I forgot I actually had that until I dug it out last week. I really didn't bother looking at it until tonight. It's quite a nice rod, actually. And lucky I checked. I put the rod bits in the bag a different way around, and as I picked it up, something fell out, and I've noticed that there's a hole at the bottom of the bag. So I thought, shit. So I had to change it around so the like the main rod handle is in that specific part, and it won't fall out. It's only a small hole, but 2 of the actual fishing rods are thin, and it's got two different tip parts. It's got one which is green and one's yellow, I think. But yeah, that's going to go in a bag in the morning when I put my other stuff in. I want to try that out. Plus, I've got the 2-piece rod on my backpack as well. So I will be actually swapping rods over to find out, which is more easy for me to use and more comfortable, and see what kind of fish I can catch on them. As I say, bait-wise, I've got a load of bait. I was going to take some cheese, but I've only got a little bit of cheese left, so no, I'm not taking that. Well, let's go and buy some more cheese Thursday. Buy two back, like 2 chunks of it, so I can take one with me, because I know the carp like cheese over there. Quite some small packets of Jello. I think I had orange and strawberry. The one I've dug out is the orange, I think. So I'm taking one of those and I'm going to cut them up into squares and try that on the old leisure. Boilies, got krill boilies, I've got krill ground bait, I've got halibut ground bait, I've got several different ground baits all mixed together. So that will be interesting to find out if that will bring the fishing. Say prawns and crab sticks. What else? Those pork, chicken, and turkey snacks. I've got this like dog roll thing I showed on my stream earlier. I'm not taking that because it's too long, bulky, and a little bit heavy, and I don't want to be putting that in my bag to add more weight. I think I've got 3 fishing tackle boxes in there because I never know what float I want to use. As you saw, or might saw on my earlier video, I showed you my river tackle box. I can't remember I showed you my lake one, but I've got 2 boxes all sorted out, one for the river, one for like lakes, and then I've got another box I'm going to start filling up another kind of a mix max, so it'd be like either river or lake. So if I go to a river and I'm not getting no luck, I decide to go to a lake, then at least I've got some lake stuff with me, ledgers and bigger hooks, weights, rigs, and some lures and some other bits and pieces. So I'm going to do a mix max on that one. Because one of my original boxes was mix max, and I was getting a bit fed up with it because I couldn't get in enough stuff which I wanted to put in here. I had to keep taking stuff out and putting new stuff in. But these boxes I've got from Lidl, you get 3 for £10. You can get more stuff in those ones because it's a bigger box. So tomorrow I'll be going back to Clapham, and then Friday I'll most probably go along the River Wandle, and maybe either Saturday or Sunday I might take a trip up to either Putney Bridge, or I might go to Kingston. I think Kingston's a bit further than Putney. I don't know. But I know Kingston would probably be better for me because, you got more kind of like open ground, and it's not all kind of bushy and shrubbery and all that kind of stuff. You got like the walkway, and like you got your concrete pier thing all the way along the river. And if I don't get anything near, I could always nip up to Richmond Bridge. I think I will do Kingston Bridge and then do that for a day. And if I don't get much there, then I'll probably go to Richmond Bridge another day, a couple of weeks' time or something. I've got to check though if you don't need specific permits. I know the river, Thames River, is more kind of open, and all you need is a normal fishing license, which I do have. But if there's any specific parts that you need a permit for, I won't be able to fish them. There is a lake not far from here, South Norwood Lakes. I might go over there one day. It's a £10 ticket though, so I might nip over there one day. That'll probably be in a couple of weeks' time. Might be next month actually, when I've got some more money, because I've spent so much money on fishing gear, fishing tackle, and baits and boilies and ground bait and fuck knows what else. I spent well over £1,000 on bits and pieces. Well, it feels like over £1,000. Buying new rods and reels. I bought more reels than rods actually. So like the rod I was supposed to get today, which never turned up, was like 40 quid. And it's a telescopic one. I actually saw a video of a guy using that today, an American guy. He got it from Walmart, I think it was, in America, and it didn't look that good on the river. He was on a massive river on his boat, and the rod was just bending over way too much. Mind you, he was actually using a very heavy weight, I think about an 8-ounce weight or something, so it would actually bend over. But he also caught a fish on there, the £2 fish on there, little baby catfish. So yeah, it's about £2 or £3, something like that. But yeah, no, I've got to take my medication. Don't worry about that. I'll just get in the tail. Now, I will be, let's say, hopefully camping over at Clapham Common. That'll probably be next week, because I can't be asked, to be honest with you. Oh, shit. Drop mix on the floor. Yeah, I've got a rough idea where my camping stuff is, but I've got to do it so that I can organise everything in the bags. Maybe they're supposed to take medication with fizzy drink, but I've got no water in here, so I've just taken the cups out. So there will be hopefully a video tomorrow. As I said, like, I've got a new action cam, which is in the bag already. The camera that I usually use is in one of the waterproof covers, and I've got a selfie stick, so I'm going to try to stick the selfie stick into the water. It's not a long one, it's only about that big, so I'm going to like sit down on the pier near the water and just stick it in. I'll have to order a bigger selfie stick to do more better underwater features later. You'll be quiet, I'll feed you. I'm not happy with you anyway. Little shit. Yesterday, like usually when I say comment out, she usually goes out straight away, but I called her and I thought she'd gone out, and I couldn't find her in the hallway, so I came back in and I'm looking on the windowsill, and she wasn't on the windowsill. I could see under the chair, but she was actually hiding further back on the chair. And I tried to get her and she wouldn't come out, so I had to move the chair, and I still kind of like pushed her a little bit, to get her out, but she wouldn't move. So I had to pick her up by the scruff of the neck, and she was hissing and growling. Little fucking cow. Soon got out quick enough then. This cat's getting worse and worse and worse as she gets older. Just like humans. We all get worse when we get older. But yeah, in a minute I'm going to go in the kitchen and do just a little bit more sorting out in the bag. So I do want to put that other rod in there, that four-piece rod. Well, actually got 5, but you only need 4 because the 5th one is the same as the one of the other tips, just a different colour tipple. Different colour tipple, just a different colour tip. Yeah, there. I need to do that. So I might leave that bit until tomorrow because I've still got to put a load of stuff in the bag, like the waters, the maggots, the casters, and some other bait that I've got to put in there. My boilies and my ground bait and my hook bait is already in the bag, ready to go. And at the top where it's got like a little zip on it, I put honey, like the honey I've been using, and garlic paste in there as well, ready. So like when I do my ground bait and mix up a little bit more, I usually put like a little bit of honey and garlic paste to like make it more kind of like moist and stickier, so it kind of combines a lot more easier. Then I've got that new thing that I can make ground bait balls out of. I'm only going to make a couple. I'm not going to make too many because I ain't going to take that much ground bait with me. I can, I can probably make a couple. But the other, like the rest of it, I usually like just make it into like very small balls and chuck out. I don't really like wasting stuff. I'm not like some of these fishermen guys with it. They go up with kilos and kilos of like pellets and ground bait and chucking like kilos of it. Because I think that's just stupid and waste. I know like they say, well, it helps to bring the fish in, but yeah, like if you're going to chuck out kilos of ground bait and pellets and that, they're going to eat all that and they're going to be full and they ain't going to be there for the next day to even like feed off your hook, are they really? I think a lot more people are being a bit more sensible now and not putting out so much stuff because like fishing stuff is getting a bit more expensive now, isn't it? I can understand like you get a ball of bait and you wrap it up in your hand and you chuck it out with your hand or your catapult and do that like once every 15 to 30 minutes. But when people are doing it like every 2 to 3 minutes, great big balls of it, dunk, 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 I just think that's a fucking waste of money. They must have plenty of money to throw down the toilet. That's what it seems like, chucking out all this bait. And half the time they ain't catching nothing because the fish are eating the ground bait and the pellets and they're not eating your boilies. It's more like, in one way, it's like overfeeding them, isn't it, really? So, yeah, I've got some like these. I've actually ate these ones, but I've got a couple of like packets of sweets I'm going to take with me. And I might stick one of those on a hook and see if we catch anything with it. But yeah, sweets, jello, which hasn't been melted down and cooked and put in the fridge. It's actually a packet of like jello. So I'm taking one of those, maggots and casters. Actually, I need to go and check those maggots. I've had them over a week. But they've been pretty good in the fridge, over a week, and they've not really turned. So I'm going to go and quickly check those in a minute. So I've got those snacks, the pork and the chicken and turkey snacks I'm taking with me. Prawns and crab sticks. I've got a lot of bait I'm going to try up there tomorrow. So anyway, I'll do a video tomorrow. It'll be just like a normal video like I've uploaded already, but I also hope to try and do some underwater footage and let you see that at the end of the fishing video, if I get to do any underwater fish video. So it'd be like normal day at Captain Common. You'll see me putting the camera down, but I won't be actually uploading any footage where you see me putting the camera down. You'll see the video of the camera going into the water at the end of the main video, if you see what I mean. But anyway, it's 10:30. I've got to get some stuff sorted out because I'm going to go to bed a little bit earlier tonight. So I'm getting up at 6. So I'll let you know if I catch any good fish tomorrow. I might do a live stream. If I get any packages, I'll probably do a live stream on those when I get home tomorrow. I don't plan to leave till about 4 or 5 o'clock at Clapham Common. I don't know, it depends how hot it is and how tired I get. But yeah, I'll probably do a live stream maybe tomorrow. As I say, depending if I get any deliveries from AliExpress, Temu, Shine or whatever, and give you an update on my fishing rod, but it hasn't turned up. So maybe catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.